Alright. Then, everybody, after a very short break for me, basically some sleep and a bit of lunch later, welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. We will be doing two things of this today, one of which will be a stream later on, but right now this is going to be a pre-recorded sort of low importance and a couple of hunts session that we're going to just put straight up on YouTube. Basically, if you're watching the live streams and you didn't catch this, it's not a big deal. You'll miss some side quest stuff, but I don't think it'll be a huge chunk missing. But yeah, this is just stuff that probably wasn't like important enough to do on stream, considering how much time we have left. There is also a chance I may accidentally take out some quests that I intend to do later. In fact, we are going to probably leave those two for now. I'm going to go do the ones that I know for sure are of a lower priority. So I have a list here again. I point out very very nicely made by Talking Flower. Oh, that's an old name. Made by Floral Reverie, which essentially is just like a ranking of quest importance. It is obviously based on their own opinion, but having had them go through the game or whatever, they sort of know some of the quests are a bit more backstory oriented and a bit more interesting about the characters, and some of them less so. So yeah, obviously we will
Sid, I was wondering if you could
definitely do those higher ranked ones on stream.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
Sure. Yeah.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
So there is a chance here, by the way, that I go to take out a quest, and it's going to be one I don't want to do. I think if that does happen, I'll just keep the quest, but let's take out these two to start with, shall we?
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter.
Why did we not put this woman to the sword?
Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss.
Not Doris, by the way.
Better for her.
Her master.
Bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Let's go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Is the Enterprise even in
Sid.
condition to be able to go? Last time we, like, crashed it into a wall.
Register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family.
Giga Chadwick.
The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Okay, let's start with these two. These two quests are a good starting point. One. So, I have on this list, there's a lot of quests, by the way. There's like, looking at it, there's at least like 12, maybe 14 quests. I have them done by low, mid, and high priority. I'm basically going to just save the high priority ones for stream. We're going to do all the low priority ones, and then I'm going to do the mid priority ones. And we'll see where that takes us, I think. Right, so first one was to go and oversee
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
this guy's training or whatever, right?
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
No.
You haven't even started yet. Now listen.
Well, that would be a quick quest if I just went, yes, no, you've
Far
passed.
from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
He's gonna get killed or, like, captured or something. I'm gonna have to go save him, right?
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right,
He's gonna be like a complete buffoon or something. That's what I'm waiting for. Ambrosia?
Good girl. Run like the wind.
No. No.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
What? Who? Kills? Oh yeah, there are kills. I saw that the body down there.
Or maybe not.
Something tells me he might not have been the one doing the kill.
Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't.
Then run!
Oh, have you forgotten how it works?
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Let's try.
Nope. Ow! I tried to dodge it right the last second. So I could permafrost him.
It's over.
I was gonna use the Bahama Giga Flare then, and I was like, might be a little overkill.
Ember, are you?
Oh, he gone.
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
I don't know what that item does. Kestrel's Beak Braid.
Ready, girl?
You ready for an awkward run down a narrow path, girl? Actually, not that bad. I might have a look in a minute. Oh god. Putting some levels into, Odin's stuff. We have a ton of ability points, and I've more or less learned the skills I'm gonna use. But I do kind of want to see about Odin's shit. Maybe when I've done a couple of the side quests, I'll look.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember?
Yeah, he gone.
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do?
That's exactly what Gab
Bring the
would
thing
probably have
back
done.
without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
I don't know. I think he probably did what Gav would have done in that scenario. He'd have gone, fuck that, and then he'd run off. That's the only thing he needs to be Gav, is go, bloody hell, and bugger me, and oh fuck all the time, and it'll be Gav. I'm pretty sure that's how that's gonna work.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Didn't have to say it weird like that, but...
I'll be here if you need me.
Right. I should go and hand that one in, but at the same time, I could not hand that one in. And I could instead go and do another quest that's right here.
The garrison is threatening.
That's probably more bang for my buck. Now I'm going to try and do a quest while also
Saw the captain just now.
using my other hand to mark off things on a list.
Your town needs you.
Which means I'm going to run around like I'm absolutely drunk. Okay. Cool.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Sure.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know,
Oh,
my
I'm
father
privy
is a
to
most
this, I guess.
overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people.
I agree.
He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
All right.
Your town needs you.
Let's go find Philippe.
What does the dame have to say about all this? So you are content to abandon the...
No, she's
Please,
kicking off
I
with him now.
beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least.
I forgot this guy was Michael Caine.
The land is crawling with fiends.
The lad is
Someone
crawling
has to
with
keep
fiends.
watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
Well, this one's what's the
She
term?
cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways.
Bitch. That's all.
Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Okay. Just gonna go into my abilities real quick. I just want to have a look at something. Is this? If I master this, does it just increase his anti-Sukan cage, or does it increase the damage that the sword does? Because that's the thing I was finding was a little weak about it. See here, individual attacks of Odin's blade are far less potent than those of Clive's regular weapon. Attacks with Odin's blade do not fill the limit break gauge. Powerful attack called Slash of Steel. I'm kind of on the fence. The problem I have with it is similar to the problem I have with Bahamut's
Fly, Ambrosia.
thing. Feet. Yeah, feet. Is, like, it takes me out of the regular combat style and into, like, a specific
Damn it.
special style of combat or whatever, which is fine, except I like not having the balancer too, necessarily. Just gonna go ahead and go behind this guy and do this. Who's casting Cure? Do you? No, you fucking don't. Okay.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you alright?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople. Stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Sticking your nose in where it's not wanted.
Do you not see, Father?
Dinner plate hat. Idiot.
The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. But now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are.
Also, this isn't going to go well for you, my dude.
Of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griega.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
Piss off home, Duke. No one cares what you think.
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
I mean, let's be honest, I could
You can thank us when it's over.
probably clear everything on my own.
When the fighting begins, we can take refuge in the barracks.
Let's go talk to these fucking goobers.
Merciful Creek. Wherefore would you forsake me?
Father.
Alright, see it.
If any get by, you can trust we'll be here to meet them head on.
Alright, mate.
Come on.
Faster!
Like I said, let's be honest. I'll probably be able to kill these things on my own.
This is more like it. Come on then. Test me.
That's pretty close enough. Everyone get nice and close, come on. In you get.
Is it over? No. It's only just begun.
Am I really, like, not in range for that? That looked like I was plenty in range. Son of a bitch. Oh, I dodged.
To me, boy.
Alright, hang on. That fucking thing is gonna just be, like, curing the whole time, so... Permafrost. Just get behind him. Yeah, fuck you, I'll punch you in the back. Nice. Not bad. Decent amount of XP.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
I mean, really, what got through? I certainly didn't see anything.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His Radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said,
A peasant.
Captain. Let this be a new
That's what
beginning.
the Duke is like, oh
Not
god,
only for Sandbreck,
I'm not a whore.
us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
Can we get you anything? There's no need to worry any longer. We did it!
This the last one?
I feel like I just went a really long way round there, but it's fine.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief, shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Nice. That's a lot of EXP. I'm definitely going to rank up to level 50 by the end of this, aren't I? Vale signboard. Ooh, Ori Halcom. I need that from her sword. Very nice.
We have brought Northreach together. Now the fight begins to keep her together. For if this town is to survive, we must all play our part. Including you, Clive.
I gotta go home, lady. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm done here, actually. He's like, no, you were gonna play your part. And I'm like, no, I'm out. Sorry. Oh. Huh. So that's what... That's what that is, huh? It's for a side quest.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
We saw this while I was coming through this area, and I was like, I wonder what this is for. It looks like a boss arena. I'm willing to bet we're going to fight some sort of boss here.
That'll do, girl. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the Wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Balmung Dark Writ of Designation. Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train Akuza beasts for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention therefore will be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the perusal, or pursual rather, sorry, of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison.
Kuza beast.
And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not sure what a Kuza beast is.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
So what, did she just walk past these fucking enemies and went... Sure, that'll be fine. There it is. I knew there'd be something up here worth coming up for, like treasure chest or something. Shit, how do I go back downstairs again? Is it here? It's here. Okay. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Waluda lives.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
They sent him in with a bearer slave meat shields. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. These motherfuckers. Not good enough that they used them as like bait for the enemy that also get killed by the thing. They also get eaten by the thing as food. Anyway. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. Its behaviour is unexpected, is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes could now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a caching down here.
Actually fucked up.
Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Exceedingly fucked up.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right.
I mean, there's no way this doesn't end with us fighting the Cruiser Beast, right? Whatever the fuck that is.
Let's see what we can find down here.
I'm sure there's a hole leading into that big boss arena.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Yeah, where was that?
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Will do. It's kind of my thing. Whoa!
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live.
That is a
Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
big, colourful behemoth. Hopefully it doesn't do fucking meteor and extinction and all that shit, because this whole place would be dead. Ain't no escaping that, Doris. Hiding in another room. Cruiser Beast, rank A. Oh, it's a hunt.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
I'm sure I dodged that, but okay. Okay, he's permafrosted. This is over. Dead. Nice. Behemoth Shackle. Got a few of those now.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
But you stayed here?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
You know he was here. The girl told you he was there.
The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
If this puts me in the hideaway, that's perfect, because I need to come back here for that other quest anyway.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things: kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Hyde Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Nice. There we go, hand this other one in now.
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Does Ember deserve passing marks? Right, okay, so I don't think this really fucking matters, but what I will say is he got caught by like an enemy or whatever, but that was an unexpected enemy. Like, even the guy who planned it didn't plan for there to be an Avis there. But his job was to go and retrieve the scout book, and he took the opportunity while I created a diversion to go and fucking do his job, which I think probably is the best option he could have done in that scenario. He didn't just run away. He went and did his job still. So, I'm gonna say yeah.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the Cursebreakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Back to work, standing in the same spot, doing
Forgive me,
nothing.
Sid.
Job
This
auto.
did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, that's 3 of the side quests done. Let's have a look. What other side quests we got on this map here? Don't want to do that one yet. Same with that one. Definitely don't want to do that one. This has got 2 side quests. I want to do that one next, I think. So apparently one of the ones at the reading table, or 2 of the ones rather at the reading table, are like high priority according to this list that Flowers made up for me. Oh, let's read this. That which conquers all here, not long removed from when you last place yourself between us and peril, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try and find the words to somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest triumph. Where in the past we leaned ever so heavily upon your good graces, this time we found strength elsewhere in ourselves. Our hardship has shown us that should have been apparent all along. We are not as different as we want to believe. Does a peasant love his homeland any less than a noble? Does a bearer love his family any less than another man does his own? And is this love that has united us and given us strength? True strength. Should every thrall, Akashic bandit and brigand in the realm come charging at our gates, we will not fret, we will not falter, we will fight, and we will win. Yeah. Right, so I'm just looking at... I don't know which one of these starts the one I want. In fact, hang on a second. I'm gonna pause the recording for a second and just look this up. Alright, I went and got a drink as well. Right, so when I look this up, this one is something I want to do later. So we're gonna do this one, which is a low priority one. In search of a lost home. Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask of your aid in a personal matter. Albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exists ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that the mere possession is deemed a crime. There's a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked within me scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for your services rendered.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Hi, Joe.
First the skies.
Now then, before we do that one,
Say what you will.
I'm going the wrong way. But before we do that one, there is one over here I want to grab as well. Looking at them. It's this one, Litany of Errors. I'm going to do both of these today, but trying not to take out too many at once.
Miss Shirley says your book's made quite...
It's up those stairs, maybe?
What do you think happened to Miss Meadowdale?
It's definitely not that one. It's this guy.
Not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous.
No.
Do not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone, and few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names, but they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
No, I'll go.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vie de Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
I have a fondness to this this portion of the voice acting, at least, because it's not all British. And I know that that sounds strange coming from someone who's British, that I have an issue with it because it's British, but it's very jarring when you play a game and suddenly everyone's talking like, I don't know, Bill down the road or whatever, like, "Alright mate, it's me, how you doing?" And it's like, okay, right, great. Like, Martha is a good example. The voice actress is great, but she also just sounds like someone that I could see down the road in my hometown. She's got the exact accent. She's like, "Hello everyone, my name's Martha." And for people who don't have the ear for it, that's probably fine. But for many of the British people who play this game, I'm sure it's like, oh god. Like Mid, I can't stand Mid's fucking accent. I really can't. It's one of the accents in the UK I just really don't like. So the whole Waloed portion, when we've gone over there, has been like, sort of, roughly Scandinavian, and I've kind of enjoyed that. It's been a nice change of pace from all the British.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture.
I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Alright. I mean, this isn't going to affect you on the recording much, but I'm probably going to have to pause a few times while playing this just to go off and answer a call and do stuff, so I'll be back in one moment. Alright, and I am back.
Clive.
That would have been instant for you. Right, let's read these.
Well, Clive?
Are you resolved to brave the coming battle no matter the cost?
I am.
But only with Ultimate's death might we ever find true freedom. And when we do, I'll be counting on you to help teach this world the truth.
Naturally.
Naturally, but I'll need you to do something for me in return and come back to us in one piece. For how do I recount the true history of the world without a first-hand account of the heroics of those who fought to change it? We all shall be praying for your safe return.
Harpocrates knows of the tome I seek. Whether what he has to say makes you happy to have agreed to help me is another matter.
Okay.
I do so enjoy our little
I need to...
Back again? How may I help you today?
Yeah, gotta get... There you go. Gotta get that dot off my thing. Right, let's go talk to these guys as well, actually, while I'm here. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Quick look.
I can look at my list here. Apparently this is important. This one? Not so much.
Seen enough?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back.
We've almost unlocked this, which I think might even just be the last one. Continental acclaim. If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits has made it all the way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claimed that there were those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman. Gareth. I know who Gareth is, but thanks to the Genji gloves.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
What do the Genji gloves do in this game? I do wonder. Increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%. That's just like straight up 5% damage increase then. Maybe it's time I switch over. We're only getting less and less out of that accessory now for EXP as we reach close to level 50. Okay, so out of the ones that are on this list, any S ranks I will be leaving, but any A ranks I will be doing. So we have the Grim Reaper and the Knight of Resplendent Heart. I believe there is one more that I'll be unlocking once I actually do this quest, I believe. So I've got a list of them up near the screen. I will do them probably after I'm done with the side quests. Because then if time is short, worst case scenario, I'll do them all on stream. Right, let's go toward the Harper crates.
Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Harpocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her.
Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Well, as it so happens, I have another quest to go to Waloed. I did not plan this out as such, but it seems that's going to work out alright.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
Here to say goodbyes, are you?
Ta-ra then.
Ta-ra then. For now, but you better come back, or I'll fly up there and drag you home by the ear.
Thank you, Karen.
Didn't think you'd find the thought appealing. Look, just don't die, alright? A change of leadership's bad for business. Aye, you're off to kill a god, so what? You've done everything else you put your mind to, haven't you?
You can do this too.
There you
Go on then.
go. Go on then. Still no more last elixir. I can't believe I used that. Like, as soon as I got it, I'm so sad.
So what do I owe the honor? Crack the crystal.
Kill a god, save the world. I miss anything? No, that's pretty much the plan.
Not a very good one.
If you ask me.
But then,
I can't say I've had much practice killing gods. Now forging kit to kill a god, that I might be able to help you with. Reckon it's the least I can do after all you've given us. And that's more than enough. Give thank me when you get back. Okay, right, so. Oh, see, this is actually better than what I have. I bought one of these and then I like instantly sold it. Behemoth Shackle. Online. It cost me the same to craft it as it does to upgrade it.
should last you a good while. My best work, but it'll do.
Not my best work. It's literally better than the sword I told you. Like, it's better than anything anyone's ever crafted before.
And?
But it's not my best work. I'm gonna do that to the appearance of swords. I just want to have the one I just made, more or less. Right, okay. We got 2 quests in Waloed. Let's go do them. Let's see, shall we? Oh, they're both here. There's one there. Oh, they're at the opposite ends of the spectrum there, the opposite towns. I think we went in at least one of these, and it was full of goblins. Or it had a goblin in it or something. Seem to remember that.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Yo, that's a big boy over there. Gonna give that guy a wide berth for now. I think that might be well, you know what, actually, even if I run away from it, I should get it on the map. Let's make a save, just in case something weird happens. I have a feeling this is an S rank. Also, I have a second save now, which I'm gonna keep. I'll probably save over it once I've done all the side quests. I'm gonna keep a second save just in case. Yeah, I have a feeling this is. I saw that there was a Behemoth King in the hunts. Yep. I ain't doing this right now. I will say. So I'm just gonna leave.
Another of the royalist guard dogs. Quite a specimen of his too.
Yeah, we're just gonna run away. Sorry. I'm out. Stop chasing me. I'm out. Okay. He should now be on my map, so that's good. Yeah, what I was going to say was,
the entire village looks abandoned.
I don't remember, actually, what I was going to say. What was I going to fucking say?
A bookworm living.
Oh, nice. That's a good potion. I genuinely forgot what I was about to say. It's gone. I will say, though, in terms of that quest or whatever, that hunt, we'll do that. Any S rank ones will be done on stream. If that was what I was going to say, it might be. Complete Botany of Banes. Back route. Okay.
His interests were certainly varied.
Royal Intelligence Training Report. I'm reading these to myself, chat. I'd suggest you do the same. I read much quicker to myself than I can out loud.
Did he take this from the local barracks?
Interesting that he has a book saying, like, the craziest thing is that Muggles exist, not that they have, like, a sweet tooth. Yeah, we have one back in the hideaway. It's just, like, manning our hunt board. It's from a distance, right? This one I will read out loud because it seems important. Chapter 16, very good point. The Fall of the Bearers. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those of the gift came to be commonly known is most likely a contraction of Bearer of the Heavenly Blessing. The wording used by the tribunes are the same. Those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves. development that would prove fateful. The divers nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church. While the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of the organisation led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meeting by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancour, and a growing rift between those born with blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation, decimated the population of men and bearers both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valacian people. After the bearers' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valacia came together to sign a Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. This well-known phrase, bearers are other than human, has its roots in a bit of war 40 years ago, being the unblessed only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies. Interesting. So, people like our mother, Annabelle, or whatever her name was, Annabella, she said that she has like noble blood and all this shit, and that, you know, we were like a bearer and disgusting and subhuman. Turns out we're actually God's chosen.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Completely flipped on its head. Also, they want me to fight probably the executors here. But even if I did fight them and give them the book, I've read it. I know what it says in its words, so is he going to try and, like, kill me?
We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Nope.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just...
Oh, yeah. No, that'll go great for you, I'm sure. I'm sure your army of, like, a couple of ragged fucking bandits is going to take me out. Good luck with that. Probably should have checked who you were fucking with before you started it, mate. You know? Oh, I wanted to freeze him. I pressed it. Okay, I timed that pretty well, I thought, but there we go. May as well heal up a bit. Well, how did that go for you?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
Yes.
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves.
No, you're trying to burn history. You're trying to burn books.
Naught but pain. That is all.
Fuck off.
You may keep the book.
You don't get to decide that. I'm sorry, mate.
The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait.
What made you think you get to fucking decide what people...
Damn it.
...consider the truth?
Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
No better than fucking Ultima. That fucking King Behemoth just very scarily hanging out in the distance now. Alright, and this one was to go find a register at the place where this guy was quote-unquote raised, but more likely held captive. Get over there. I think you're playing at. Oh, this seems awkward.
No need to ride from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
I'm assuming there's probably a cache everywhere. Take that potion. Conditioning schedule. I want to know what the furnace is. Writ of incorporation.
Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find...
Recently learned my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not much thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries into the military, with the military confirmed it. It was her. Been torturing my own flesh and blood. Now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps on the table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, whoever I killed for giving birth to a bearer. The ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them. All those children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer, and so I've decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be my last order I give to those poor wretches. The last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree. His crooked hands reach to the sky of supplication. Beside me, My shame, my curse, the record of all their names. All those I've wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan?
Can I still open this door? Seeing as... Oh man. Now I wonder, and this is like video game design questioning here, right? They made both those rooms like searchable. I wonder if I went into that room it would have had the exact same notes and such. Or not. Like, I wonder if they made it so that, didn't matter which one you went to.
A forked white tree. This must be the place.
Steal some dead man's silk. Very good.
Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Bearer losses. 10 years old lithification. I'm assuming that is turning into rock. Like crystal. Succumbed to conditioning. So you just tortured him to death. Lithification, emaciation, so you didn't feed her. Discipline for attempting flight. It's a bit more than discipline, you killed them.
So many names.
And they're also very young.
This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
It's kind of a miracle, really, that our boy in the hideaway got
only a matter of time, I suppose.
Out when he did.
This place is cursed.
Ow. Ow! Oi! I got out of the way of that. Fuck off. Piss off, mate. I don't know how either of those didn't count, but okay. That looked like a good dodge to me. There we go. Thank you. That'll do it.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
So I'll have a quick look at my abilities again. So I can master that. That is mastered. That is upgraded. Okay. Yeah. No, I've pretty much got everything mastered I needed mastered, or wanted mastered. I'm just going to save my ability points and then spend them all on, like, the Odin tree, maybe right near the end, and just try it out for a bit if I fancy it. I might not even do it. Have not fully decided yet. We'll see. See how I feel. Right, let's go talk to Vivian. I got a book for you.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
From a distance.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Quest complete. I believe that has added a new hunt as well. That should have been our last A rank. There it is. So we have that, this, and that. I think they're all the A ranks, and then there is 2 S ranks. We've got one of them. There'll be one more. I think that's it for the hunt marks, as far as I'm aware. So I got a list next to me.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid.
I did.
Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I have.
I did. Yes.
If I may, the bearer registry.
A lot of people on that list dying at like 9 and 10 years old.
The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body, nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you, Sid.
I mean, you're curse breaking now. You're doing what you can.
An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity.
Did someone just walk up to us?
Thank you.
You heard that? All those footsteps? What was that? Fucking... very loud footsteps. Is that you? Mate, we're in the middle of a cutscene. You could not. Right. Side quest wise, again, I'm doing them sort of by importance to some degree. And again, this importance is like listed as such by Floral Reverie. Again, thank you very much for making the list.
Are you buying or selling?
And this is the last one on
Go safe.
low importance. And then we'll be moving on to a couple of mid-importance ones. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 low importance and 3 mid importance ones. So we're gonna do... oh, that's down there. We're gonna do all the low importance and all... I'm gonna try and do all the mid importance. We'll see how it times out. If I'm running low on time or whatever, I may stop short. I basically got up until about 5 o'clock my time. It's currently about 2:30.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
I would like to get the hunts done as well, if possible.
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god.
You can really hear Margaret in that guy's voice now.
Of this new faith, We hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Okay.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Back to Ash, you say? Right. So yeah, I'm basically going to get what I can done up until about 2 hours from now. That's my plan. Give me enough time to get food sorted before stream later, where it will be the finale. So if you're again watching the VODs, expect this part of like bonus content, as it were, the side content stuff. And then there'll be a final part, which will be tonight's stream, which, depending on how much I have left after the fact, may end up being a fairly long one. I don't know. We'll see.
Mickleburg. Thanks, Gal.
I do realise there's some stuff I'm going to be missing out, like the trial chronolith things. I had a look at one of them. I had a look at what they actually unlocked, and to be honest, I'm not that worried about them. They're all really specific accessories that I'm probably not going to use. Like cooldown time and damage increase for like certain moves.
Unturned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah, did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
The call?
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
I don't see this turning out well.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Well, he seems safe then.
If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
But
they seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair is still alive.
The fact he has been silent is worrying. I'm wondering if they've locked him up, maybe, or maybe he's like also become like weirdly pious for no reason. Maybe he's just doing research, who knows? Again, I'm just going to read this to myself, chat. I suggest you do the same.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
Or this guy is perfectly fine and for some reason just hasn't fucking
Must be the third chair.
sent word back.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter.
See.
You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You realise they're praying to Ultima, don't you?
You understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great...
You do realise...
my lord. Something is happening.
If they wanted to turn a Kashik, if you wanted to help them out do that, you could just take them out into the ash field or whatever and just turn them. Where they, like, everyone turns. Oh, never mind. Apparently it's happened to this place now.
Beneath the flood. Oh no.
Oh no, they're screaming! Because what they want is happening.
Echoes as well. Found her.
I don't know, man.
Over here!
I don't care what these people want. Okay. That was easy enough.
What now?
We're gonna bring something more threatening back up. Yep.
We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
It's regular frostbite, not the one I wanted though. There it is. All right, come on. Oh, I dodged that. Horse shit. Alright, that'll probably do it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, fuck this. Nice. Or fallen iron. I can't remember what I used that for. I think that might be my current sword, actually. This is what you wanted.
Damn it.
An Aether flood, and these things come about. Oh, you idiot. Was it worth it? Well, these are a little different from the Akashic, but they're more or less like in the same family. All like
I had to save them.
A bunch of Ultima bullshit.
They might have a chance to find true salvation.
I doubt it.
By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did.
Mate, they're just gonna turn Akashic and then I'm gonna have to kill them.
Plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become Akashic in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me? Of course. Your duty will be done. Look, my lord. They are saved.
Saved. Fucking. What a waste. Not of these people necessarily, but of that guy. What a fucking waste of your time and efforts. You helped them turn into a bunch of mindless zombies. Great, well done. 10 out of 10. You really helped everyone today.
They are saved. Found her. I should get this report to Cyril.
Here you go, Cyril. I got a report from you from your idiot friend.
Welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Bade. Not bad. Bade.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right?
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Well, there you go. Oh, that's the Mortar Halcom. We might even have enough. Right, we are now on to the mid tier. And there is a mission for mid in this mid tier. No, it says here no pun intended, but... Or, well, it says not a joke. But I think it secretly was a joke. I'm going to go have a look at the... blacksmith. I want to see how close I am to making the ultimate weapon.
So what do I owe the honor? So, what'll it be?
We just need a dark steel. That's it.
That it?
That's all we need. Right. Let's have a look here. So, you are one of our mid-tier. You set on this plan of yours then? I am. Huh. You were never the one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Huh. Your father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
And he'll be with us up there.
As for down here...
You may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in my capable hands until you return. Indeed.
Clive, my boy!
My boy!
Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved. But such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
That's your wish.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
No, thank you, Uncle. No! Keeps going. Forever. Right, okay. These ones I'm going to kind of do, like, one at a time, I think. I'm not going to take out multiple at the same time. Alright, we want to go there, do we? Straight out of Barklad. And to the south. That is to the north.
Do you see that too?
Well, that? Nah, don't worry about that. That's fine.
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
Everyone is very scared and upset. It's like the final act of many other classic Final Fantasy games. You know, makes me think about like the North Crater portion of Final Fantasy VII, for example. When like the music all changes on the world map and there's just like a big meteor in the air and everyone's on edge about it. This game definitely does a lot of things that sort of evoke a lot of that nostalgia in a way that I do enjoy. I think I've said this before on stream. I definitely think there are things that could be done better here, but for their first like proper attempt at like a character action Final Fantasy, well, not really. I guess 13 was their first attempt at that, but this is pretty good.
Coats and cowards, the lot of you.
I can see the direction the series is going in being a positive one.
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't.
Oh good, he knows. He knows how strong I am.
Finish him.
Excellent. That's going to make things a lot quicker.
Enough.
Wonderful.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
Literally 20 seconds.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace.
The fucking traitors, you fucking
Your
disgrace.
interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
What do you mean?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either.
Sengoots.
And I have other problems to attend to.
No.
What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Wonder who is sending.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No.
Otto,
This
maybe?
is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin.
Ah, Quentin.
I hope I can convince him at least.
That makes sense, he's not doing anything. It's here. Is it that new town that's like between Lost Wing and the other side, isn't he?
Not here.
No? When do I get to There it is. As soon as the music changes.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
God, it feels like a long time ago since I first came here. Or Bell Downs, what it was called.
That'll do, girl. Quentin.
Hello, Clive.
I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
Oh, please.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying?
You're not their keeper or their parent,
Why turn your back on
mate.
everyone else?
Like, you don't need to be there and oversee them all the
We can
time.
build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
You need to stop feeling like you're a babysitter to these people as opposed to
Where do you
equals
need
with
me?
them.
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Right. Oops. Right, back we go to talk to Byron. Oh, he's right there.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quentin would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quentin can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits. It was more of a handful. Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
All right.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Just
upstanding.
Fist in the hand.
He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will.
Who's he talking to? Us?
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
I like Byron. He's a good lad.
What do you think?
actually quicker to go back to the fucking menu and teleport back, I think, than it is to take that lift. Not that that lift is, like, painfully slow or anything, but why did they start me down there? It's like, come on, man. Right, so, I'm looking at the other quests I have. There is, 2 more mid-level quests on this list. Quote unquote. I should go this way. And we're gonna do the mid-specific mid-level quest first. Aiming High, this one's called.
What do you think happened to Miss Midadol? I heard...
Sid, you have to help us.
With what?
I can't get over this kid's voice. It's still. It sounds like. It
contraptions, did you?
sounds like a 30-year-old pretending to be 10.
Well, yes, but that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Midadol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
It's like the other two sound like kids. And that one guy's like, I'm a kid!
Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Midadol's inventions. Don't listen to her.
Mate, she's the one who drove it into a fucking castle.
You could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Midadol back together? She seems really sad.
I'm a little worried about Mid myself.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
They're like, did you break her invention? I'm like, no. She broke her invention. Like, she did it to help us, but she's the one who drove it into a castle. Not me. What up, Mid? Kids seem to think you're, depressed or something.
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Please don't make me go and get loads of stuff.
Volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil.
No.
And not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone. Or
Oh god, I've got a shopping list again.
preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill.
God.
See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
I said I have PTSD from the last time she made me go do a shopping list.
right, Sid? Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I sure do.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth.
Look at Otto over my shoulder.
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. Let's start here, shall we? That's the desert tour. I'm pretty sure I've killed one of these before, but it's literally the opposite direction. Okay.
Ready, go?
I'm gonna go on Shiva to start this fight, and I'm just gonna pretty much immediately smack it with diamond dust and see if it falls the fuck over. Stay away from that steel pamphlet.
Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Torgortus.
It looks like we found him.
Nope. And nope, that is game over for you, my friend. Right, nice and easy. There's our adamantoid shell. And over here. Collect oil.
It's oil. After what happened here. It's a miracle there was any left at all. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Well, that was surprisingly easy. I don't know if that's going to be the end of this quest. Something tells me it might not be the case. Could also just be that they're going to get me in there and then... also, I'm just marking the thing off on my list. Stood still. Could also be they're going to get me in there and then like, have a big cutscene with her or whatever. Just, getting a bit of backstory or whatever. She might also send me off somewhere else. Hope not.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need.
Ah!
After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait a minute. I fucked that.
Children.
Yeah.
When I took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it.
Yeah, they.
Put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Look at that. All comes back together.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Where's the... Hey, kids, where's the cog?
Sid, is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's
Hey Sid, it's me, I'm a kid.
busy working on her next project.
I'm definitely not 30.
What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
Nope.
That just so happens to be why I'm here.
I mean, yep.
She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
There shouldn't be any pieces left over, kids.
I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you just wait and see.
You actually making an airship now? We're gonna get it sometime later.
That should do her.
Alright, she did say she's making a model. A prototype.
Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
Doesn't have them.
Well, actually, maybe Hugo does. I don't know.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, These bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
I think inventing it is not the same thing as putting it to use for the wrong, like, nefarious purposes,
I
though.
stood on the deck of your ship. Felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying.
It's not like you're inventing the atom bomb.
Imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
That is not the direction I thought she was going to go, actually.
All that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Oh. Sure. Sure, Mid. Whatever. Doesn't float your boat, I guess.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Quest complete. Oh, we've almost leveled up again. Look how many fucking ability points we have. Alright, Mid. Thank you for that. Alright, we are now going to Joshua is next. I think it's this one. Actually, once again, I'm realizing this now. I could have realized this a long time ago. Instead of me running all the way over there from, like, Mid's dungeon, it is genuinely quicker for me to do to teleport back to here. Like, way quicker.
Oh, Clive. This is it then, brother.
Our last dance with Ultimate awaits. No need to founder knows what's up there.
Indeed.
Or what waits for us up there. Indeed, but whatever we find, we shall overcome it. It would not do to disappoint our friends. They all believe in you, Clive. They would follow you to the ends of the earth if they could.
You're wrong.
My friends don't follow me, they spur me on. I couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without you, Joshua. You gave me your blessing and made me your shield. Without you, I don't know I would have ever survived. Even when we were apart, you were always with me, and I trust you'll be with me now until the end.
Of course.
Whatever that may be. Or whenever that may be.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
Yeah, let's go.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Okay. To Tabor.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
No, we teleported here.
You found a letter from Father? Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength and courage and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for you both. The Father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of? His plans for the Duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies, with the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins.
So he definitely shares a lot.
Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
Shares a lot of
wish to see men and bearers treated as equals.
Goals with our current goals.
Centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime. But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath.
Bitch.
But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
We shall. There. Don't think I forgot about him, chat. I say chat as if I have a chat that are currently watching, but I don't. Pre-record. There you go, good boy. I'm talking about the monoliths. Fucking old Kupka no hands. Okay, I lied when it was Jote. Well, not lied, I didn't know. It's an old lady.
My lord.
Just wondering when she's going to pop up again.
I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields.
Goditha.
Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours.
Are we gonna go get the
I
stones?
will not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead. I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else?
I got you a gift. It's
Of course, my lady.
the burden of a fighting
Our father's
quest.
will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of
There you
elder
go.
griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, Yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Alright, looks like we're going to go slay a beast.
Ready, go? Yeah!
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
Instantly staggered. So good. Joshua just like, Jesus, calm down, brother. Give the thing a chance to breathe. Ow, what the fuck? That's illegal. He drove me all the way over there by fucking flying around like a dickhead. Fucker. Nope. Mother. I'm so pissed that that happened. Wow. Why was there so much more that time? I'm sorry, how much HP has it got right now? 1? Two hits away. Oh, I'm so close to a level. 2 heartstones.
Is this the...
Alright.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
I got 2 heartstones. I had to fight the fucking thing 2 times over, more or less. So.
Frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
Gonna get a couple of sweet matching armbands. Dead Dad armbands, crew.
The armbands are complete.
Hell yeah.
Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us. For giving my service meaning.
Ooh, nice little quest.
The bands suit you well.
Am I wearing it?
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Definitely quicker this way. Right, looking at the time, this will be the last quest that I do. I was thinking I might be able to get one of the others out of the way. Basically, we're on to high priority quest now.
Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these
Let me
bands
jump
would have
down there.
helped.
Fly!
He was with us. Would have made all the difference.
Fly, Ambrosia! Yeah, I was gonna say... Oh, we come across this before. I was gonna say there are only high priority ones left on this list, but I was gonna see if I could do one of them on this pre-record. But we'll do that during the stream. Hopefully we have enough time. Well, I say hopefully we have enough time. I'm finishing it tonight, even if I end up having to stay up late. But probably doesn't take too much time. I will be doing the hunts, though, in a moment. The A ranks.
It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Nice. Level 48. Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Oh. Well, that's just quite handy, that is, Joshua, because I'm gonna be doing some fucking hunts. So thanks for that, mate. Right, let's start off, shall we? First one is not that big King Behemoth, but it is in this area. I need to give this King Behemoth a wide berth, though.
Run like the wind.
I do not want to accidentally trigger you to fight. You stay over there, my friend. It's in that village. This one became available as soon as we did that executor, or executor rather, sorry, quest. Keep wanting to say executor because it makes more sense to me, like they would be executing people. Gives him a look. One of the Gyarados style enemies. Haven't fought one of these in a while.
Oh, its madness lives on.
Right, I don't want to allow you to do anything right now, so... Oops. Oh, we permafrosted her, so she's fucked. When do you go... There we go, thank you. I was about to say, when do you go down for... Stagger? You've been on Stagger for a while now. Yeah, fuck off. Alright, this... Bitch! Bitch staggered! Ow. Whoops! Thought I dodged that in time, but I didn't. There it is. That'll do it. Notorious Mark slain. Alright. Alright, next is the Prince of Death.
Rest in peace.
Fucking rest in peace. Die in a pile on the floor for all I care. Right. We want to go over here. The next one is apparently right around here somewhere, so we want to go, I guess, Northreach? We're gonna have to go through the city. It's interesting, really, because, like,
Haven't seen any of those beasts.
there are points in the story, it seems, when these, like, hunts become available, you know, like, you'll do a quest and then it'll become available. You don't have to go and, like, take out a hunt bill or anything for it to make it, like, trackable or anything. It's just there, so you could just stumble across it while you're doing other things. Which we have done a couple of times, just stumble across them without finding out that they're accessible. Right, it's quite a good way to do the hunts, I feel. Although I do still think 12 was my favourite way to do a hunt system. I don't know if I'd ever stream it, but I'd like to go back and do Final Fantasy 12 again someday. I've never done the remastered version of that. Only ever played it on the PS2. Doing that and like maybe doing all the hunts and stuff on a new save would be fun. Something I haven't done in a while. Nope. He thought he was going to get new moves on me, but I said no. And I said no again. That's a cool effect. Like, his particle effect is all paused in midair. Nice. There it is. We got there eventually. Right. Tell you what, the permafrost mechanic really helps on enemies like this. Where like otherwise you'd have to just watch them fucking do whatever they fancy. Teleport around all over the place. Whereas if you permafrost them, they're just going to be stuck in place anyway, so who cares? They can teleport if they want. They're going to teleport, get frozen, and then I kill them. It's very, very helpful. That's it, Darksteel, we got it.
I'm getting tired of these things.
I have one more A rank to do, but I'm going to go do that A rank with a new weapon. Because that's very exciting. Because we got the fucking thing I need. Oh, also, while I'm here, I'm just gonna go talk to your boy Harper Crates. Just fill him in on things that have been happening and see if I get any more lore level. Why not?
Knowledge hoarded.
Ask him about the origin while we're here.
Ah, yes.
You've arrived at a solution, then. Theon will carry us.
Indeed.
Feat befitting of the final act. I congratulate myself that I shall live long enough to see it. A feat in itself for a man of my years. But to be serious, it is no small thing to march against fate, Clive. You must be certain of your footing, lest the winds of destiny divert you from your course. Are you certain of your footing, Clive? I am.
Then go.
And do what you must.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Not quite a level, but quite a lot.
Question for me. I should be happy to answer it.
Right, let's make me a fucking weapon. Best dang weapon ever. Let's do it.
So, what'll it be?
Got a Damarung. That is like considerable upgrade as well.
It'll last you a good while.
Equip. Obviously can't upgrade it, that makes perfect sense.
Fine.
There it is. We have ultimate weapon achieved, ultimate accessories achieved.
Clive. Going purse weighing you down. You got out else?
I have got out else. Founder's Grasp. Oh, that's the thing I got. That's the armband. I mean, that I lose like 3 defense, but I gain 50 life. But 50 life equates to 18 HP. I mean, I'm gonna wear it just because it's like for lore reasons, I think. It's really not gonna make much of a difference, is it? Don't know if it actually physically changes anything on the character model, though, sadly. It'd be nice if you got to see it.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
I guess I'll keep this. The Ouroboros thing.
Finished, are you?
Alright, we've got our Gottadamarung. I think that's how you say it. Gottadamarung. I'm gonna look at this hunt board and just see if there's like... I want to see if everything is showing on it now, at least. Let's have a look. Not everything is showing on it. I'm just gonna have a look at this last S rank, because I know there is one called like the Tricera something. Gorgamera. Tricephalic Terror. How do you get added to the board? Once you've completed Blacksmith Blues 4. I have, though. Wait, have I already killed it? Where is this thing? Was it that? Was it that one? Hang on. There should be 5 S ranks. So let's just count them. Right, we have... 1. 2. That was 2 there. 3. 4. 5. Oh, well shit. We've only got 1 hunt to do on stream then. I guess I must have killed that thing earlier. I thought... I mean, I did unlock that quest. I did beat that quest a while back, so yeah, I guess that makes perfect sense actually. Right, last hunt is this guy, and it is right next to the Royal Meadows Fort, which is somewhere. I mean, it says it's in Sambrek. It's apparently here. Apparently I did not unlock that for some reason. I don't know why I didn't, but that means I'm gonna have to fucking run there, so. There is a portal up there that I had not unlocked.
And now might I help the garrison today?
So now we've got to go the long way. So quest-wise, just for people watching this, so you know what you're gonna see if you come to the stream or next time we do it, we literally have 5 quests left, side quests. They are all classified on Flora Reveries little document here as high priority, like interesting quests. They are for Torgal, Jill, Dion, Gav, and Lubor. I'll probably do them in the reverse order, to be honest, maybe. We'll see. I'll figure out what I want to do. I'll probably do Lubor's first either way. He's not one of the, like, integral crew or whatever. Once we do those, we're then into story focus. There's no side quests left in the game. There'll be no hunts left in the game. And we'll finish it off. That's the plan anyway. We'll get it done. It's gonna happen tonight. Yeah, look, there it is. Can I get to it before I trigger him? Yeah, I can. If I'd have got that earlier, that would have made this a hell of a lot quicker. I like how he actually spun to, like, face me. That was cool. Did I get him before he went up? No. Fucker.
The one who drove his highness to madness on your knees.
That's a shame.
He hasn't heard. He doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
So this is someone from Dion's lot. It would seem. When he says Your Highness, I think that's who he's referring to. Because he's of the, like, Dragoons. Dion works for us now, pal. We really shouldn't be fighting here. Ow! Rude. That was cool. There it is. Nice. Very good.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Yeah, well, tough shit, I guess. Right. We go back to the hideaway. I'm just gonna see how close I am to unlocking the last thing at the Whispers, which I think I might have just done it. And then I'm gonna make my way over to where I'm gonna start the stream, basically.
How may I help you today, Clive?
I say the last thing, I assume this is the last thing. Every epic starts with a single word, every symphony a single note. This is but the beginning, and for shall your legend be told, for shall your legacy be sung. Sail Forbidden Seas Orchestrion Roll.
You earned this.
That's it.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
That is it. We are officially done with Renown.
There's something about it.
Let's go do two things, shall we? Let's change this. I forget what that song was just called that we just got, but if I go down I shall see it. To Sail Forbidden Seas, there it is. Sure, why not? That sounds suitable for like the end of the game.
Still alive, are ya?
Nice and panic-inducing.
Weighing you down.
Well, there's our Fallen Enigma we got. We can sell that.
Finished, are ya?
Right, we
It's a dangerous world
we just
out
have to
there.
buy one potion here, and then I think that's it. I'm done. All my prep is done. I'll be ready for stream. I've just got to go to where I want to go. Which is we're going to go to where Lubor is, which I think is here. There it is. This is the one we're going to start the stream off with in terms of the side quests, so let's get myself in the right place for it, shall we? Is he around the corner? He's around the corner. This will be great. There it is. Alright, lovely. So then, I don't know how you would be watching this before you're watching the other one, just purely because I'll probably have to upload it afterwards, but, well actually I guess if you're watching just the VODs and not the live stream, you'll get this VOD first. Pardon me. But yes, when we come back, we will be continuing on with a couple of side quests, some sort of somewhat story important side quests, one S-rank hunt, and then the finale of the game, the end of the story and whatnot. We're going to get this done before Spooktober starts, so you can join me for that. However, as far as this recording goes, that's it from me. My stream for this will be later tonight on my time at 7 PM, so I'll have finished this by the time you see it. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching, and take care.